In the headlines, 30 dead, 12 injured in ghastly motor accident along Zaria-Kano Expressway. Federal government considers nationwide ban on motorcycles and mining activities. Federal government projects 6.72 trillion naira petrol subsidy for 2023. And on the foreign scene, military raid Sri Lanka protest camps, leaders arrested. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Hello and welcome once again. At least 30 persons were feared dead after a ghastly auto crash along Zaria-Kano Expressway on Thursday evening. Assistant Corps Commander in charge of Zaria Zone, Abdurrahman Yakase, who spoke to Daily Trust, confirmed the incident, adding that 12 persons sustained serious injuries. He said the accident was caused by overspeeding and dangerous overtaking, where two Toyota 18-seater buses and a Golf vehicle collided. The unit commander said the FRSC were yet to ascertain the registration numbers of the vehicles because the vehicles were burnt to ashes. He, however, assured that efforts are being made to obtain the manifest and additional details of the victims. The federal government is considering restricting the use and distribution of motorcycles across the country in light of the fact that they are the most conventional means of logistics being deployed by terrorists. Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation revealed this to newsmen at State House Abuja after Thursday's National Security Council meeting called by President Muhammadu Buhari. Malami disclosed that government was also looking at blocking sources of funding terrorist operations and maybe suspending mining activities for the time being. Also briefing newsmen, Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesola disclosed that a preliminary report of the investigation into the attack on the prison in Kuje, Abuja, has been sent to the President. He explained that the report had identified all whose actions or inactions led to the unfortunate incident. Such officials who shirked their responsibilities will have to face the consequences of their actions. Aregbesola said sufficient efforts were being made by intelligence agencies to forestall the attack on the prison, but there was a problem with the will to carry out these instructions by security operatives. The Director of Personnel Management and Veterinary Doctor with the Department of Veterinary Medicine in Kwantagora local government area of Niger State have been reportedly kidnapped. Daily Trust gathered that the DPM was kidnapped on Friday on his farm along Kwantagora Mariga Road, alongside some laborers working with him, while the veterinary doctor was reportedly abducted on Thursday morning while returning to Kwantagora from surrounding villages where he had gone to vaccinate animals. Daily Trust gathered that the bandits later called and demanded for 15 million naira ransom. The Niger State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Wasiu Abiodun, is yet to confirm the incident. Meanwhile, bandits have killed 5 mobile policemen who were said to be on special duty from Kano and 3 civilians at Gachikawa community in Kankara local government area of Katsina State. Sources said the incident occurred on Wednesday when over 300 gunmen stormed the community and started shooting to scare residents. One of the sources said the gunmen rode on motorcycles and went from house to house, carting away anything of value, including money and food items. He said that several residents were also injured, especially those trying to escape from the gunmen, and some had since relocated to neighboring communities for fear of another attack. This is the second time this month that police officers have been killed by bandits. It could be recalled that gunmen killed a senior police officer in charge of Dus Imma Council area, Assistant Commissioner of Police Aminu Umar, alongside one other police officer and several civilians. Meanwhile, the Commissioner of Police, Katsina State Command, CP Idrisu Babandauda, has presented checks of 14.6 million naira to families and next of kin of deceased police officers who died while in active service on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, Alec Ali Baba Usman. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, will on Friday, July 22nd, arraign a former Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, before Justice Adeyemi Ajayi of the Federal Capital Territory High Court. According to a statement by the head, Media and Publicity of EFCC, Wilson Owujaren, Idris is to be docked alongside Godfrey Olusegun Akindele, Mohammed Kudu Usman, and Gizawa Commodity Market and Exchange Limited on a 14-count charge of stealing and criminal breach of trust to the tune of 109.4 billion naira. The Resource Center for Human Rights and Civic Education has signed a partnership agreement with the Federal Capital Territory Original Inhabitants with Disabilities in a bid to provide resources for training and equipping 200 grantees with requisite skills for wealth creation across 6 area councils of the FCT. Speaking during the signing ceremony in Abuja, the Executive Director of the Research Institute, Ibrahim Zirkullahi, explained that the partnership agreement falls under the earlier project of promoting the rise of FCT original inhabitants, which it has been signing with cohort members to the tune of 800 million naira. He explained that 40 million naira will be made available to the inhabitants through the agreement, which is expected to facilitate the procurement of work equipment, tools, and construction of workshops for the inhabitants.
They already have a center, but the point now is that they don't have workshop. And given their challenges and where to train them, it will be very difficult to be moving them out from their station. So we feel that for sustainability purpose, it is better to create a workspace for them and store it with all kind of tools so that they, instead of just paying consultants outside, taking them out to go and learn, they now have their own outfit. So they can train themselves, they can on all kind of skills that they feel is important to them so that they can be self-reliant and at the same time they can fit into employment system.
We are saying thank you to the Christ a center in collaboration with MacArthur Foundation. We accept everything and we agree everything and we are ready to, abide by the rules and regulation of what it takes for us to get this project on place.
And the National Association of Small and Medium Enterprises, NASME, has organized a youth empowerment forum as part of activities to commemorate the 2022 National Youth Day. Speaking at the event, the President and Chairman of the Governing Council of NASME, Abdurrashid Yarima, charged youth to be creative to enable them to make positive impacts on the country. Musa Luka reports.
Yarima said the vision of the National Association of Small and Medium-Scale Enterprises, NASME, is to be the voice of Nigerian entrepreneurs advocating for conducive operating environment while partnering with MSME promoters to ensure the emergence of large pool of viable and technological empowered MSMEs in Nigeria.
The MSME Youth Empowerment Conference is aimed at providing an interactive forum for dialogue between young entrepreneurs representing the youth business community and policymakers as well as development organizations to discuss the need to invest in young people's transition, work and citizenship, given the significant roles of young people as agents for positive social and economic change.
He added that the conference is to sensitize the youth on the ways to secure financial assistance from financial institutions to enable set up an enterprise.
The Nigerian youths are full of energy, full of initiatives, highly intelligent people. So the enterprise challenge is an opportunity that is available for them to have access to finance, technical support, so that they can also access local, national, and global markets.
The North Central Vice President of NASME, Ajishefini Ayodeji, commended the level of participation by the youth across the country. Ayodeji, who is also the Secretary General for Northern Zone, added that NASME is there to support both intending small and medium-scale entrepreneurs as well as those that want to expand their businesses.
We discovered that no more white-collar job. The best job in Nigeria today is either blue or green. And how do we mean vocationals, self-development? Let's encourage the youth, because that's the only economic sector that can provide the job we are expecting in Nigeria.
Some participants thanked NASME for supporting them and pledged to justify such investment.
Hardly any youth in this country that is not entrepreneurship in nature. Some are born entrepreneurs while others are circumstantial entrepreneurs. When you graduate and you can't get yourself a job, the next thing is to turn into entrepreneurship. And that has been keeping a lot of people going, and more youths are out there waiting for the right support to get them into entrepreneurship. So that's why we're trying to use this avenue to get more and more youths off the streets of Nigeria to embrace entrepreneurship as the way to go.
This is something that will give the youth an advantage to explore their talent. It is the first of its kind.
Musa Luka, Trust TV News, Abuja.
You're watching Trust TV News Update. And still to come on the news. Travelers along Kaduna Zaria Highway commend Trailer Park opening initiative. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us.
To every politician, as the campaigns gain momentum and passions begin to rise, remember, the errors of your opponents do not make you a success. Do not run down your opponent and inflame passions to violence between and among your supporters. What counts is what you plan to do for the electorate and how you intend to relieve the sufferings and bring succor. Nigeria is in dire need of patriotic leaders at all levels. Leaders who will make national development their priority. Concentrate on telling the electorate what you intend to do when you get into office. Focus on making your vision clear to the electorate. Don't engage in verbal abuses, fake news or speeches. Keep dealing with issues that will bring progress. You win the hearts and minds of the people by being above board, by being civil, patriotic, and showing empathy. Let's join hands to make the 2023 elections peaceful. A message from the National Orientation Agency.
Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us on Trust TV News Update. Now a recap of our top stories. 30 dead and 12 injured in ghastly motor accident along Zaria to Kano Expressway. And federal government considers nationwide ban on motorcycles mining activities. Now, commercial tricycle business in Kano, also known as Adaidaita Sahu, has been on the rise since 2015. The Adaidaita Sahu business, which has continued to provide employment opportunities and generate revenue for the state, has been linked to a series of criminal activities, which led to the ban of tricycle operation between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. in the commercial city by the state government. The report.
Despite the huge social and economic benefits of the industry, tricycle riders have become a threat to the commercial center where tricycles are used to commit atrocious crimes. The industry has also been alleged to have distorted the security situation of the state, thereby causing a lot of harm in the system. Crimes such as phone snatching, thuggery, armed robbery, and kidnapping were allegedly linked to the operators of these tricycles. It is for these and other reasons that the Kano state government banned the operations of Adaidaita between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. effective from 21st July 2022. However, the directive is receiving mixed reactions.
We will never, in any circumstances, go against government, but at the same time, we have to cooperate with government to avoid a situation where things will be difficult for government. Because if it is difficult for government, it's difficult for us as individuals as well. But if it is free for government, it is free for us.
It's okay, but it's not that okay, because people that travel for a journey, when you come back, for you to get to your different destination, it will not be easy, because there is no taxi in Kano. The easy way to get home is to get PEP, Keke Napep.
I think it's a good idea, because the way things are going on in the area, sometimes if you enter Keke as from that 10, it's very risky, because if you enter the Keke, you don't know the real person that is driving it along the line. Maybe if you are the only one inside the Keke, they may ask you for maybe your property, bring your phone with harmful objects.
This banner of Adaidaita, it really affects people's life, and this Adaidaita also, they have some implications, because they used to do some bad things.
So this thing where government won't do us, that this time where the government won't give us, the time they affect our work. I beg, maybe we go help us to beg the government, maybe we just leave from till 12 o'clock or after 1 o'clock, so that we go pay the money for our keke.
Kano State Commissioner for Information, Malam Muhammad Garba, in a statement said, the decision to ban tricycle at the given time is part of efforts to ensure the security of lives and property in the state.
Meanwhile, travelers along Maraban Jos on Kaduna Zaria Highway have commended the establishment of a trailer motor park in the area. While the drivers welcome the opening of the trailer park, which has stopped indiscriminate parking on the highway by trailer drivers who usually stop over for rest, traders along the road say the development has affected their business. The report.
This is Maraban Jos in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Trailer drivers and other long-distance travelers who usually stop over to rest once parked on this highway. This action by the road users disrupted free flow of traffic, resulting in accidents and other unpalatable incidents. This led to the building of this park at Maraban Jos.
Gaskiya yanzu alhamdulillah saboda sada ba a samar da parking ba abin ba lissafi kowa ya parka inda tsaya yanzu alhamdulillah an tattara a wuri guda an samu jama'a abubuwa sannan mun samar da tsare-tsare nan kuma mun sa no parking mun kafa no parking in ka duba za ka gani ba guda ba malam ba a parking a wajen nan idan za ka shiga gareji ka shiga in kuma za ka wuce
If a trailer develops a fault on the highway, we make sure they use triangle sign to alert motorists. The drivers also want the government to build pedestrian bridges and establish fire service points in the park to deal with any case of fire outbreak. We have children and women who use the road every day. So we call on government to build pedestrian bridge and to construct old garage due to large number of trailers. We want government to establish fire service office in the park. In case fire outbreak occurs, the service will quench the fire. The park has 2 phases, and we are now using phase 1. Therefore, we want government to complete the construction of the phase 2 to accommodate large number of trailers coming to the garage every day. While the drivers welcome the building of the trailer park, traders say the relocation of the park has affected their business.
Before, we cook many bags of rice, but now we barely finish 1 bag a day.
I used to make sales of 100,000 in a day, but now I hardly make 10,000 in a day. The resident also revealed that the influx of drivers and traders from within and beyond Nigeria, though good for business, also has some negative implications. The promiscuous living here contributes to the spread of sexual-related disease in this community. People come from different places, including Niger Republic. Promiscuity is high, and most women here are vulnerable because they have no means of livelihood. They appeal to government to fast-track the construction of Kaduna Zaria Kano Highway to reduce the rate of accident along the road.
The federal government has so far released 4.7 trillion naira to finance expenditure in the 2022 budget. Now, this is according to the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed. The minister disclosed this on Thursday at a consultative forum on the 2023 to 2025 medium-term fiscal framework in Abuja. The minister further explained that out of the 4.7 trillion naira spending, the government released a total of 1.9 trillion naira for debt service, while personnel costs and pension gulped the sum of 1.2 trillion naira. The Nigerian Ports Authority says that 5 out of the 24 ships expected at Lagos ports were laden with petrol, which means the product will be readily available at fuel stations. The NPA, in its daily shipping position, added that the ships were expected to arrive at the Lagos Port Complex between the 20th and 31st of July. Despite the availability of the product, its costing still remains an issue, as petrol marketers adopted a new price regime on Tuesday, which they say was approved by the federal government. Kehinde Amodu looks at developments on fuel in this report.
President Muhammadu Buhari unveiled the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited on Tuesday, describing it as a commercially driven and independent national oil company.
On the 1st of July 2022, I authorized transfer of assets from the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation to its successor company, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, and steered the implementation leading to the unveiling of Africa's largest national oil company today.
It is expected that as part of its new mandate, the new company will grow its fuel retail presence across the country. Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, Mele Kyari, explained what this would entail.
We have taken a strategic initiative to achieve our mandate of ensuring energy security for our country by rolling out a comprehensive expansion plan to grow our fuel retail presence from 547 to over 1,500 outlets within the next 6 months.
Nigerians will be particularly concerned about how this new strategy will impact on prices of fuel in stations across the country. Most of the independent petroleum marketers are at present selling between 170 and 200 naira per litre in complete disobedience of federal government directives. And on Tuesday, a regional price list was adopted which proposed to sell petrol between 165 naira and 179 naira per litre in the southwest, south-south and southeast parts of the country. The price was raised to 184 naira per litre in the northwest and 189 naira per litre in the northeast, being a 24 naira increase, the highest in the new adjustment. The petrol will now sell at 179 naira per litre in the north-central region. Although the product will sell for 169 naira per litre in Lagos, marketers will sell at 174 naira per litre in Abuja. The Nigeria Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, which is responsible for price adjustments, is yet to react. Operators have, however, gone ahead to unilaterally increase petroleum price from between 165 naira per litre to 179 naira per litre. It remains to be seen how the NNPCL's plans will affect prices of fuel going forward. Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And that concludes Trust TV News Update for this hour. For more news, you can subscribe and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for joining us.